Welcome to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Reuben Spath. He is an Ironman athlete, serial entrepreneur, AI expert, and he's also building an AI health and well-being app called Macromate. And he is doing that to help people achieve their health and well-being goals. Welcome to the show, Reuben.
Thank you, Ajay. Very happy to be here.
You are welcome. Welcome to the show, Reuben. Welcome to India in this online form. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to talk right now. We'll talk about AI, we'll talk about peak performance, we'll talk about the role of discipline in all this. But before that, Reuben, let's understand a bit about your journey, your background, so that people know who they are listening to.
Absolutely. So, hi, my name is Reuben. I have completed the Ironman. I have run 100 kilometers for the Thames Waterpath Challenge. And I have also completed my master's in artificial intelligence. My most recent venture is moving into the world of AI and health and well-being. Using Macromate, our brand new app, we are hoping to help the world achieve their health and well-being goals. So thank you very much for having me on, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to understand, from a common person's perspective, are you much more of an entrepreneur, or are you? We should look at it much more of a AI person, technology expert.
I'd like to think I'm both. I started with technology and entrepreneurship at a much younger age. I was selling chocolate from supermarkets to my friends at school from the age of 14, and then went on to do a variety of different things. One of the most recent ones was a time tracking software as a service business, which I have just recently sold. So very happy to have gone in, started a technology, and come out the other end with a win. So yeah, consider me both.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's understand from both perspective, also from the athletics perspective, how has your ultra athletics that has applied to your business discipline? Because business is a lot of discipline, and you have completed Ironman as an Ironman athlete.
Absolutely. So discipline is a massive piece of it. It takes a lot of long hours, hard work, and attention to detail to make sure that you are able to continue doing what you're doing. And one of the things that I find most valuable from the Ironman and the 100-kilometer run is that it puts you in really difficult places where the only option you have is to continue forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Reuben. So I want to understand, for your interest, especially, wellness and health and all this, you could have just done anything else which gives you much, much more money. Why health and wellness? Is there a particular reason, or you are passionate about it?
Yeah, so for the 100-kilometer run in Thames, I raised money for Mind Charity. I believe that the way that we approach this world is quite, there's an approach that people take about pulling themselves down and talking negatively to themselves to push themselves through. And I think that there's a lot of people out there who are suffering from mental illness, and I hope that we can improve the way that we talk to ourselves internally so that we can then live healthier lives, which leads to treating people better, which leads to societal change for the benefit, not for detriment.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us a bit about, Macromate. What does it do? How does it do? How did you build it up? Where do you want to go with that? What is the present state at the moment?
Yeah, so Macromate is a fantastic app. After my 100-kilometer run, I was eating the same and no longer exercising. So I put on, I think it was 8 kilograms from the point of finishing, which was last September. And I got to this point where I was looking at the scales. I wasn't really happy with my weight. And I realized, well, either I need to find a health and well-being app or a calorie counting app that will help me lose weight. But from all of the research I did, I couldn't find one that suited my needs. So over the weekend, I built an app, released it to the App Store, and then started using it myself. It has been around for 3 months now, just past that. And thanks to it, I have now lost 6 kilograms, which I'm very happy with. But the piece of it is much more than that. Now, I started using it for health and well-being and calorie tracking and, measuring weights and things like that. But since it's progressed, we have brought a large number of team members into it. So we're now a team of 6, and we are hoping to revolutionize the way that people view their health and view their food and the way that they treat themselves. So we've included a variety of different tools like journaling, weight tracking, food entries. We've also included an AI coach, which is ultra personalized to you according to your visions, your daily requirements, your gender, age, height, all of those good things. And I would love for its future to be something that you could just go to when you're looking for help with your health, help with your well-being, help with your food, or just that mate on your shoulder that says, hey, look, you're better than you're speaking to yourself right now, and I believe in you.
Right. So in terms of the differentiator, if I understand, such health apps are very many. In even a lot of mobile phones, you'll find that. Even Apple and all these things. I don't know. I don't use Apple, but maybe those people also have an inbuilt and other system. So I want to understand, how is your app different than the others that are already existing in the market?
Yes, that's a good question. The approach that we've taken is making Macromate as ultra personalized as possible. Macromate learns from you. Macromate is effectively your friend. So as you spend more time with them, they get to know you better around what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. They can start making suggestions and say, hey, look, maybe you didn't like this because you, so a good example is if on the weekend you've had a very stressful week and then you go out, you eat McDonald's and then you put on a kilo. However that works. The reason why Macromate is different is because it's able to identify these changes in your pattern and then say, hey, look, this was potentially because of these 4 things. Maybe you could track that, and next time you're seeing this type of change, maybe make a slight tweak or approach it in a different way. And having that ultra personalized friend that not only tells you how you can improve, but also encourages you along a route of healthier living is going to be a differentiator for us. And it's quite valuable from my personal experience, and the customers that we do have, they speak very highly of it.
Absolutely, Ruben. So I want to understand, for audiences, how do you look at merging artificial intelligence with health and wellness? Means, what happens to the data privacy here? People may have concerns. They do have concerns. Means that data can be sold to anyone, including insurance companies. Means I could be at a disadvantage at a later date. Some things are very personal.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. The health and well-being of a person is incredibly private and it's personalized to them. I have taken extreme lengths to ensure that our data is not being shared externally. It is only relevant to yourself and it is only stored and measured for you. There is never going to be an instance where you will have your data available to anyone else other than your Macromate communicating with you back and forth. And we have also included limitations where artificial intelligence isn't included unless you request it. So there is the ability to include your coach in and your mate and all of that. But if you did just want to use an AI, if you did just want to use a health and wellness tracker, you could do that as well. So data privacy is incredibly important to me, and I have put in a lot of barriers to make sure that that data is never going to be shared externally.
Absolutely. What about, suppose you sell it tomorrow. If you sell this app tomorrow, this particular platform, how do you ensure? That is the problem nowadays with a lot of, things that you are trying to use. Today, the present owners or the founders may be very good, but tomorrow, any of these companies buy it and you are not sure about the data. Your data may not get compromised today, but that data is very much within the system. And after 2 years, you just don't know. You may stop using it, but your data may keep on haunting you later on in life.
Yeah, I can say pretty confidently the mission is not for sale. I understand those concerns, and those are not on the horizon at all. There will also be considerations if we do go into negotiations. I'm happy to have limitations put on the deal to say that this data can't be used for external premises like insurance companies. But again, that's not anywhere near the horizon, so it's not something that anyone needs to worry about.
Right, right. With such a competitive market in health and wellness, what about monetization? Where do you see money coming in for you?
Yeah, so we are a subscription-based model. So what that means is we charge either a monthly or a yearly fee. And funny you mentioned that, we have also just created a discount code that if you download Macromate with the promo code AJAY, you will get 50% off your yearly subscription for the full year.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Reuben. What about funding? What about funding? Means, are you using your own money, or you are looking for funding, or have you already raised some capital? What's that? Where is it that position?
So we have bootstrapped ourselves so far. We are currently looking for investments because we believe that we can reach a much larger target and help many more people. But until that, we are happy to continue growing at the rate we are until we find someone that is in line with our mission and willing to help us reach those millions of people and help them achieve their health and well-being goals.
Right. So, Ruben, which areas are you targeting? Means any particular region in the world? Only maybe one particular region? How? What's your vision?
Well, I would love to hit the entire world, but obviously, if you want to act big, you need to start small. And so our reach has recently been to Europe, specifically France, Denmark, and Switzerland. We'll next be approaching the UK, and then we'll be expanding further depending on what type of responses we see.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is much to learn about all these things. Do you think, as an AI expert, do you think AI is the way to go for future in everything? AI will be there, even if you before having a bite of anything, you will put some AI into it. What to know about what it is, how much calorie it is, and before that, all the old days of good taste in everything is gone, and it's a new world altogether. How do you look at things, say 2 years down the line?
Yes, that's a good question. So 10 years ago, 20 years ago, most businesses weren't digital. And there has been a transition with the advent of the dot-com bubble and new technologies, where now most businesses use technology in their day-to-day. They haven't changed the way that they operate for most of the manual and labor type businesses, but a lot of new ingenuity and innovation has occurred. I envision the world to be a similar to have a similar transition where we see AI as a tool inside our businesses. So our businesses will change, but they will change and use AI as a tool to improve specific efficiencies within their business. I don't think that the world is going to change and we're all going to become AI XYZ or AI people, or I think, yeah, it's going to be a tool.
Absolutely. That's some solace with all those theories floating around in our everyday life. That it's nice that it's only a tool. Be that as it may, there is so much to learn from you about these things, Reuben, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to know more about you, about Macromate, and how and want to use the app. What's the best way for them to do so?
So you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Instagram. My name is Reuben Spath. You can also find me on Twitter, as well as our website, which is www.macromate.co.uk. Reach out, download the app, and thank you very much for listening.
Wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.